Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Cine Detective channel. This review explores a complex film that narrates the tale of a stranger who begins an affair with the lonely and discontented wife of a disabled man. This movie takes place in the United Kingdom amidst World War II, where Heinrich Faber is a courteous officer known for his respectful demeanor and familiarity with all. However, beneath this facade lies a merciless Nazi spy known as the Needle, who has been relaying critical information about British troop movements to the Nazis. At the same time, Lucy and David are a newlywed couple. During their honeymoon, David, a fighter pilot, has a car accident that changes everything. Faber's chilling commitment to his mission drives him to eliminate anyone who threatens to expose his true identity. The devastating crash leaves David paralyzed from the waist down, while Lucy miraculously survives and manages to give birth to their child. The family retreats to a secluded area in search of peace and quiet. Lucy dedicates herself to raising their young son while grappling with how to support her despondent husband. Meanwhile, Faber uncovers vital intelligence regarding the Allied invasion of continental Europe, and is ordered to deliver this information directly to Hitler. Lucy feels increasingly abandoned by her husband, who drowns his sorrows in alcohol, neglects their son, and leaves her feeling utterly isolated on the island. At the same time, Faber is being hunted by Inspector Scotland Yard. After a close call, he attempts to flee and ends up shipwrecked on the small Storm Island, which is home to a married couple, their son, and a lighthouse keeper. The couple takes him in, but the husband grows suspicious of Henry's account of how he arrived there. Lucy finds herself drawn to the stranger, seeking solace from the emotional distance in her marriage. She exudes warmth and yearning, and Faber perceives her unmet desires. They transform into two isolated spirits who ultimately give in to their deepening feelings for one another. However, when David confronts Faber about the film he is hiding, Faber coldly murders David by hurling him off a cliff. Later, Faber deceives Lucy about David's absence, asserting that David has been drinking with Tom, which is a frequent occurrence. She opens her heart to Faber, feeling no remorse for betraying her husband. In her husband's absence, she embarks on another intense physical relation with Faber. However, Lucy soon discovers her husband's lifeless body and realizes Faber's deceit. By the time of their final encounter, Lucy is aware that her lover has murdered her husband, leading to a harrowing scene that her physical relationship is driven by fear for her own life and that of her child.
When Faber becomes aware that she knows the truth, he chases after her. Lucy manages to reach the radio and calls for help from the mainland. Faber desperately attempts to reach the U-boat waiting for him offshore to make his escape. The film reaches its climax with a tense cat-and-mouse game between Lucy and Faber, as she uncovers his treachery and must do everything in her power to survive, while preventing him from returning to Germany with crucial information. Undoubtedly, this film is a gem from that era. It is a spy romantic thriller directed by Richard Marquand, titled Eye of the Needle. It is a well-crafted film, albeit with a thin plot. There are some weaknesses scattered throughout the storyline. However, the technical aspects and performances are commendable, with Sutherland, Nelligan, and Cazenove delivering their roles exceptionally well. Of course there are flaws. Lack of emotional depth, attention to detail, pacing, and length are notable drawbacks. Overall, it is worth watching. It is an adult film, but not in a cheap sense. That wraps up the movie review. If you enjoyed our video, we would appreciate your support.